Feedback Express.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Feedback Express weekly news with Nakento Kenneth. And this is the last week of September, and first we start with Cameroon, where the government has declared a state of emergency in the two Anglophone regions of the country. The governors of the Southwest and Northwest regions, Bernard Okalia and Adolphe Lelafrique, announced the closure of the land and sea borders of the regions from 29 September to 2nd October. The international borders with Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea has equally been shut down. To reinforce security in these regions, the Cameroon government has ordered the deployment of close to 1,000 additional gendarmes and police officers in the north and southwest regions. The secessionists are preparing to celebrate the independence of this part of the country on October 1st. It should be noted that it's been 11 months since the Anglophones have been on strike, advocating for first federalism and now independence of the southern Cameroons, also known as Ambazonia. To our next news, Russia offers 2 helicopters to Mali. It was in the framework of the revitalization of its military cooperation with Bamako that Moscow offered the 2 helicopters to the Malian army. The petition urged Russian support for the Malian army in terms of training and support equipment to deal with terrorism, especially in the north and center of the country. The Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta wants to amend the electoral law before the presidential elections on 26 October. The opposition party called for peaceful demonstrations to protest against this will to amend the electoral law. In Guinea, victims of the September 28 massacre demand justice. El Haj Malal Diallo, Vice President of the Organization for the Defense of Human Rights, looks back at the massacre of more than 150 people in Guinea. Sarah Opendi, the Ugandan Minister of Health, revealed that she disguised herself as a patient to dismantle a chain of corruption. 2 medical workers were caught in the act of corruption by patients unlike any other. They wanted to charge their disguised Minister of Health for services that are normally offered for free. The Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir complains of the injustice faced by his country due to the US-imposed trade embargo. Al-Bashir complained and denounced the unfair embargo against Sudan. A fighter plane crashes in Jamena. In Chad, a fighter aircraft from Operation Bakani crashed on takeoff right next to the wall of the Jamena airport on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. A donkey has been condemned to pay $6,000. In Germany, a court ordered the owner of a donkey to pay damages for the damage caused by his animal on a sports car, a very expensive one. On Twitter, US President Donald Trump accused Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg of being against him. Mark Zuckerberg agreed last week to collaborate fully with Congress as part of the investigations into a possible Russian influence in the presidential election won last year by Donald Trump. Still in the US, there's been increase in STDs. Sexually transmittable diseases reached a record level in the US with over 2 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea and syphilis reported last year, according to health services. To our next story, Saudi women are now authorized to drive. In a decree issued on the 26th September, King Salmani ordered to allow the granting of a driver's license to women. It was the only country in the world where women were not allowed to drive. A cannibal couple has been arrested in Russia. On photographs, we saw human body parts next to the fruit on a table in the couple's apartment. They later confessed to have killed 30 people and are accused of cannibalism. They may have used dating sites to lure victims. We go now to our sports page. China refused to grant visa to an old Indian athlete, Man Kau, aged 101 years. She dreamt of bringing back a new gold medal at the Asian Masters Games, but she says, "I was very disappointed when my visa was rejected." She won the 100-meter title in the 100-year-old category in Auckland last April at the World Masters Games. Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero has been injured in a car crash in Amsterdam hours after attending a concert. The Argentine, 29 years, was reported to be in a taxi on his way to the airport after watching singer Maluma perform. Thank you for watching. On our top story, we have the state of emergency in southern Cameroon and the Anglophone crisis in the country. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, The Feedback Express Show, for updates.
Feedback Express.